Welcome to this week's late night edition of Jay Saying Stuff during lockdown. As you can probably tell by the haze on the screen, it is a little later than I'd hoped, but the weekend has again escaped me, as did the whole week. But happy to be here, feeling grateful, feeling mindful, and definitely intentional being here with you now. So thank you. Starting to feel like a bit of a habit, this. Turning up every single week and making these videos. But it's definitely done wonders for me with regards to my screen confidence and other projects that I have been involved in and that I've mentioned in previous weeks, including stuff like Seeds and the World Water Week. They're kind of coming closer now, and some of these videos and some other like little bits and snippets that I've been doing have gone a long way to helping new audiences understand who I am and what it is I do. So it's been like really great. As I said, this one's going to be a really quick one because of how late I left it. But really, again, just kind of wanting to be as accountable as possible and making sure that that there is content for each of the weeks, as I've promised. But I think what I just want to touch on very briefly is two films that I discovered this week, both of which are available on YouTube. Links will be below in the notes as per. But two films that, in their own way, have actually been very inspirational, and I've been trying to think about ways to incorporate not only in my life but in my kind of professional practice and for other people too. Now, the first of those films is called Grounded, which is it sounds a little pseudo-sciencey when you first hear it, but actually it kind of really makes sense when you think about it. And that is that we are electrical beings, and that if we are to put our 2 feet firmly on the earth, and again, not concrete, not things that we have created as men, not synthetic rubber soles, but our naked feet on the naked earth, we actually ground ourselves from an electrical point of view and from a kind of at an atomic level throughout our whole bodies. And so it was saying that even top athletes, for that kind of tiny little bit of eking an extra bit of performance out over their competitors, before you race, they would take their shoes off and actually just ground themselves walking on the grassy ground or walking on like the bare earth before putting their shoes back on for running. Had me thinking if there was any correlation between that and the fact that so many African, Caribbean, especially track athletes would definitely have had that connection with being grounded, with like, feet on the bare ground. And I just wondered how much that probably bore mentioning or definitely played a part in their peak performance. So yeah, for anybody, if you can, if there's a bit of green outside, a bit of or even when you go to the park, rather than just kind of running and pounding the concrete, as we like to put it in our modern urban vernacular, if we instead were just to take a little bit of time, take our shoes off, and just like let your toes in the grass, in the plants, walking in the earth, it actually will do wonders, not only for you there in the moment, but actually for your whole day. And it'll be great to try and incorporate grounding yourself every day into your routine. So really inspiring film. Yeah, really good. Definitely worth checking it out. And the other film that I checked out, it was called Down to Earth. And this film is also about, or it has that natural tinge to it, but it's a film about a family who, in essence, have gone off grid, and they're using ancient wisdom and practice to kind of figure out their new way of living, and how, in essence, to reconcile with it. Yeah, the natural environment. Again, so many great touch points from the film. Link available also below. But again, definitely worth checking out. So I think, as I said, for me, for this week, or for now anyway, this will just be quite a short one. But I did also as well have my quote of the week lined up for you as well. I mean, obviously, so many come to mind, but in fact, as I'm not going to find one, I'm just going to say one of my favorite ones, which is again not too dissimilar to last week's or the beginning of this week's one, and that is that it's a quote from a golfer, Gary Player, South African golfer, and his quote was, "The more I practice, the luckier I get." And so I think, the sentiment there is quite clear and obvious. And I would hope that maybe for people watching this video, including myself watching back, I recognize that there is a greater ease with which I conduct myself as like narrating, or not narrating, it's kind of just stream of consciousness talking through these videos. But that comes down to that little bit of practice each time, and every single time it gets a little bit better. Luck seems to go your way a little bit more each time. So I think, yeah, that's my closing quote. And again, just thank you everybody for keeping me honest, keeping me accountable, and hopefully I'm doing the same for you if you are watching these videos. So yeah, I think for me for this week, it's check out those two films, which are both available on my Telegram channel. Again, also to subscribe below, but I've also posted them below separately. And just to think that the more that we practice in our lives, the luckier we get. That's all for me for this week. Thank you very much. I look forward to seeing you in the next one. Bye from me and Violet.